Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning. We've made it to midweek. It is Wednesday, June 26th.
That's right. Happy Wednesday. Thanks for joining us. It's been a little sentimental week. This is your last Wednesday with us.
Yeah, every day's been a last Monday or Tuesday.
Last Tuesday.
Or a Wednesday. It only gets weirder from here, Mike Osterhage.
That's true. And Wednesday, it feels like yesterday. It feels like the day before that. Unfortunately, things aren't changing as far as the weather is concerned. We'll take a look outside. We do have a few clouds out there, and we've got temperatures that are even warmer than what they were yesterday. And then on Monday, both yesterday and Monday, we tied records for the warmest low temperatures for each respective day. So we're going to be close to doing that again this morning. We're not going to drop down all that much thanks to all of the humidity and some of the cloud cover out there. Once again, we've got dew points mid and upper 70s around here. A lot more in the way of some 76s and 77s hanging on in here. And so, of course, that gives us the heat index readings that are up in the mid 80s, and even 87 is what it feels like right now over there in Seguin. Heat advisory once again goes into effect at 1 o'clock up until 7 o'clock for the same area, except now Frio County's been added to this, and I think more and more counties are going to be added into this, and we'll see more heat advisories, like I was saying yesterday, throughout the rest of the week, because again, nothing is really going to be changing, no significant changes. Mold is on the low side from yesterday's count. Plenty of sunshine today, upper 90s, going for 97 for a high temperature, which is what the normal high is in the hottest time of the year, late July, August. Of course, factor in the humidity, it's going to feel like 105 plus. And as we finish up June, go into July, really no big changes. Subtle changes as far as some of the afternoon humidity coming down slightly. That's about it. And as far as rain, a sea breeze shower today along the coast. That's it. Got a hot, dry period coming up here, unfortunately. All the details for the last weekend of June in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ is back after his one-day respite. What's going on, sir?
Yes, Mike, got to check out Blink-182 at the Frost Bank Center on Monday night. So, yeah, that was a nice little break from the work week. But, yes, we are back in full force here as we take a look at 410 Babcock Road. Traffic moving along pretty well both directions there. I-10 at Frio, the downtown area, things looking pretty good out there as well. We have one thing to let you know about right now that happened overnight a little while ago. This is going to be on the west side of town. This is going to be on 90 at Couples as we get to our map here in just a second. There we go. So we have a stalled vehicle being reported 90 eastbound at Couples Road. This is going to be right before we get to General Hudnall and also the Frio City Road area. So something to keep in mind. Doesn't appear to be causing too many delays in terms of our traffic. All right, let's go ahead and check in with photojournalist Alex Gomez hitting the roads for us. Alex, how are things looking on this hump day, my man?
RJ, good morning. I'm over here on the north side, RJ. This is going to be 281 northbound at Thousand Oaks. The north side is actually pretty good right now. I'm about to exit to 1604 and swing on over to the northeast side near 35. I want to go see how that construction area is going. But welcome back, RJ. I hope you feel rested.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, it was a little bit of a late night on Monday, but got a little bit of rest yesterday. So thank you very much, Alex, for checking things out for us. Yeah, so let's come back out to our maps real quick. And of course, Alex, probably going to head out there to the northeast side of town where we are seeing some pretty heavy delays there because of that ongoing construction. Southwest side of town, also I-35 southbound Fisher Road. Keep that one in mind if you're headed out in the Von Army area. All right, that's the check of traffic. Mark, Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ.
New this morning, a Texas man who admitted that he kidnapped an 18-year-old girl from a home in Bandera County, then sexually assaulted and killed her, is set to be executed later today. 41-year-old Ramiro Gonzalez was condemned for fatally shooting Bridget Townsend after stealing drugs and money and kidnapping her back in January of 2001. He took her to his family's ranch in neighboring Medina County, where he sexually assaulted her and killed her. The remains of Townsend weren't found until October of 2002, nearly 2 years after she vanished. That's after Gonzalez received 2 life sentences for kidnapping and raping another woman and led authorities to the spot where he left her body. His execution by lethal injection is planned for this evening in Huntsville.
Well, this morning classes are scheduled to resume at St. Philip's College. That's after a shooting on the northeast side of San Antonio led to an hours-long partial lockdown of St. Philip's yesterday. The initial shooting happened around 4 p.m. in the 5100 block of North Foster Road. The police say that a man was shot in the upper body and hospitalized in critical condition. Now, police tell us that one or several people later abandoned the vehicle on Dakota Street and ran to a home on South Walter Street near St. Philip's College, which initiated the lockdown of several buildings. After several hours, police say 8 people were detained after exiting the home and turning themselves in.
A warning before this next story, you might find some of this video tough to watch. Attorneys for Celedino Saldana argue SAPD officers used excessive force against him. He was shot 20 times by San Antonio police and now he is paralyzed. Saldana got into a shootout with officers back in 2022 when he was 18. Officers were chasing him as a potential suspect in a shooting. When police found him, they say he refused to stop. Saldana's attorneys say he did fire towards officers once, but they also say what he got in return was, quote unquote, excessive force.
He shoots that one initial time. What do? Shoot towards him almost 100 times. Almost majority of that time he is on the ground on his stomach.
I got out of my vehicle and I believe I said something along the lines of "don't do it." And I saw a muzzle flash, I heard a gunshot, and next thing I know I was hit in the face with something. With adrenaline, I don't know if I had gotten shot in the face.
Saldana faces 1 charge of attempted capital murder of a police officer and 2 charges of aggravated assault of a public servant. If he is found guilty, he faces anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison.
Well, teachers and other staff working for Judson ISD will have slightly more cash in their pocket very soon. Judson Independent School District says its Board of Trustees has approved a 1% salary increase for teachers, librarians, counselors, and nurses. In addition, a $500 one-time incentive payment will be provided to all other staff. The increase will take effect during the upcoming school year, and according to the Texas Tribune, as of the 2021-2022 school year, an average teacher salary at Judson ISD was just over $56,000 a year, which is about $2,000 less than the state average.
This morning in Ohio, federal investigators have now confirmed that a hot rail car wheel bearing sparked a fire that caused a massive derailment of a Norfolk Southern train carrying tank cars with hazardous materials in East Palestine, Ohio back in 2023. Investigators said a series of missteps, faulty track sensors, and delayed communications about the train's toxic cargo from the railroad company contributed to the disaster. And its final report on the crash, the National Transportation Safety Board concluded the crash could have been avoided. The first presidential debate is now 1 day away. Former President Biden and former President Donald Trump facing off in a CNN debate, also airing right here on KSAT 12.
Well, this morning we are getting a look at how both men are preparing in the hours ahead of the crucial showdown. And as ABC's Perry Russell reports, it's either the first time either of them have debated on TV like this in 4 years.
This morning, the countdown to the first presidential debate. President Biden with days of preparation at Camp David in Maryland. Former President Trump holding campaign events, policy meetings, and media interviews.
And people say, how are you preparing? I'm preparing by taking questions from you and others, if you think about it.
Biden is holding 90-minute mock debates with his personal lawyer, Bob Bauer, playing the role of Trump.
I think political debates are about 2 things. They're about message and moments.
Moments likely absent tomorrow include ones like this.
The radical left, will you shut up, man? Listen, who is on your list?
The microphone of the candidate not selected to speak will be muted. Another new change, no studio audience. Trump telling the Washington Examiner, to me the audience is easier because it's telling you what is going on indirectly with applause or not applause. This room is a sterile, dead room. The debate comes as a judge in New York partially lifts Trump's gag order in his felony hush money case. A fundraising email signed by Trump reads he'll now be able to better defend himself tomorrow night.
You have a race that's essentially tied in the polls at this point. And so I think that puts sort of equal pressure on both of the candidates, both in terms of the opportunity the debate presents to them, but also the risks.
This is all happening as we are waiting on Supreme Court decisions that directly affect Trump, including presidential immunity. Those rulings could come down before the debate. Perry Russell, ABC News, Washington.
And just a reminder, KSAT is your home from election coverage now through November. You can scan that QR code on your screen right there. That will take you to our Vote 2024 page where you can find everything you need to know about local and national elections.
Time now, 5:10, 80 degrees.
Well, just ahead, a first look at a new Toys R Us promo film that was created almost entirely by AI.
And the NBA draft is tonight right here on KSAT. Up next, our very own Larry Ramirez is in Brooklyn showing us what the Spurs need to do to maximize Victor Wembanyama's abilities next season.
And looking out there with a live cam starting at 80 degrees already. It's going to be another warm day out there. We're just hoping those clouds will stick around long enough to protect us from that hot sun. We'll be right back.
Morning sports. How about this news to get us ready for tonight's NBA draft and an offseason that appeared very bleak for the Brooklyn Nets. The Nets struck a deal with the Knicks, trading away Mikal Bridges and Bojan Bogdanovic and a haul of draft picks, which includes 4 unprotected first-rounders. This will reunite Bridges with his 3 former Villanova teammates, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, and Dante DiVincenzo. So let's send it to Larry Ramirez in Brooklyn, who's giving us an update on our very own San Antonio Spurs.
Last year it was cut and dry. We knew the Spurs were going to select Victor Wembanyama, but this year that's not the case. We really have no idea what the Spurs are going to do. With 2 top 10 picks, though, they certainly have options to maximize Wemby's abilities. ESPN NBA draft analyst Jeremy Wu says the way Wemby plays on the court certainly makes it easier.
His versatility, being skilled, having the size to play multiple positions, the cover that he gives you defensively, you can do a lot of different things. So I think the biggest thing will be continuing to have good spacing around him. You want to be able to give him space to operate. You want to put shooters on the floor to let him, if you double team him, he can pass over the double team, like to maximize that. And defensively, he can cover for guys who are not as, good of defenders, just having him out there. So, where they land in this draft, where there's a lot of guys who are very different skill sets, I think will be interesting to see.
It's going to be fun seeing how it all shakes out tonight, live right here on KSAT 12. Back to you in San Antonio.
Thank you, Larry. Get some sleep. Well, first round of the NBA draft begins tonight at 7 at Barclays Center in Brooklyn. It'll be live right here on KSAT 12. Second round is coming up tomorrow. And I know a lot of Spurs fans, including us, will be watching, anxiously waiting to see who they get with these 2 big first-round picks.
I know, it'll be interesting.
It will. Time now, 5:15, 80 degrees.
Well, up next, how Snapchat is changing to try to prevent bad actors from contacting its users.
And checking out Drive Cam. Right now, Alex Gomez is stuck in traffic right now, ready to merge onto the highway. We'll find out where exactly he is at and where that slowdown is coming up.
You're 55 and up. T-Mobile has plans built just for you. Like 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Plus, get one of the latest 5G phones free when you add a line. Experience it all on America's largest and fastest 5G network. At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of unlimited for only $30 a line. Switch today.
Rise, 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 and thrive. No pizza.
Want to know a secret? More than just my armpits stink. That's why I use Secret Whole Body Deodorant everywhere.
4 out of 5 gynecologists would recommend Whole Body Deodorant, which gives you 72-hour odor protection from your pits to your
Secret Whole Body Deodorant.
Just about 5:20. Welcome back on your Wednesday morning. RJ?
Yeah, guys, things certainly getting busy out there right now. If you're about to step outside and hit the roads, it does not look great behind us. Real quick, we did that sports story on the trade for Mikal Bridges. Those guys, those 4 Villanova guys that are now on the New York Knicks, they were the team that won the national championship here in San Antonio back in 2018.
Yeah. 2018.
Oh, really?
How about that?
A little footnote, yes. Remember back then when there was not as much construction and we weren't seeing the mess on the roads that we're seeing nowadays? Basically, this is a situation out here on the southwest side. This is going to be 35 southbound. at Fisher Road in the Von Ormy area, so a little bit south of 410 and 35. So yeah, multiple main lanes here blocked. It looks like a virtual parking lot right out there. So we're going to check it with TransGuide and see exactly how long it's going to take for these construction crews to clear things out, because again, 35 basically Fisher Road shut down right now a little bit past 410 in the southwest side of town. Let's check in with Alex Gomez because he is on the opposite end of town, stuck in some traffic there as well. Alex, how are things looking?
Yeah, the opposite of town, but you know what? It's another parking lot over here. This is the northeast side. This is 35 southbound. The main lanes are closed from about the Forum all the way down to O'Connor Road. So right now, I'm being diverted onto the frontage road to about IKEA Parkway. So that's where I'm trying to make my way down 35 South. Yesterday, we had the same problem. They opened up the main lanes around 5:45, a little bit before 6. So we'll see when the lanes are going to open up this morning, RJ.
All right, Alex. Yeah, make sure to stay safe out there. Obviously, a lot of construction taking place northeast side of town. As Alex mentioned, basically extending past the Forum and the Live Oak area, stretching down to Topperwine and Judson Road. So we will see when they open that up. I'll check in with TransGuide and get a little bit more details from them here in just a bit. All right, Mike, it was definitely hot. Feeling it yesterday, but
okay.
How are things looking?
2018, was that when Villanova beat
Michigan?
Yes. That's right, because Michigan had beaten Loyola.
Sister Jean was here in town.
That was
Sister
it.
Jean's
Okay. All right. This was beautiful yesterday. Nice big puffy clouds that don't produce any rain, and basically just leaving us bone dry around here. There may be another sea breeze. There's actually not hardly anything showing up even along the coast this morning. You know, the past couple of mornings we've had been a few sea breeze showers at this time, but there's virtually nothing showing up on radar right now. We do have a few clouds out there. We have very warm temperatures. We've got heat index readings right now. 86 at the airport, 84 at Randolph, 85 at Port SA, and even Rio Medina, Castroville. Mid 80s, Uvalde at 87 degrees. Once again, the heat advisory goes into effect later on this afternoon. Same outline as yesterday, but now Frio County's been added to this. And of course, even though you don't have a heat advisory formally posted, obviously, you got to take it easy. And notice how this extends all the way up there to the north. And more counties are going to be added to this, or will still continue to have heat advisories in one way, shape, or another over the course of the next few days, because nothing's going to be changing. This humidity is going to be sticking around for the foreseeable future. We're going to make it up into the upper 80s, 90 by noon, and then we've got 97. There is that little chance for, one of those stray little showers out there. Perhaps, maybe, along the coastal plain. One little bit of hope, and this is really grasping at straws. As you can see, here's the big clockwise rotation and some activity up here to the north. And even though this is all fizzling out, if by chance there was enough of some little leftover energy from this trying to come on in here, that could spark something. Again, that's just that's like playing the lottery almost. The odds of that happening are not that great at all. We are going to remain very warm and very humid. Temperatures are going to be well above normal. And we will start to see a little bit of a drop in the afternoon humidity going in toward the first part of next week. That's the only really subtle change. And other than a little sea breeze shower along the coast, no rain in the next couple of weeks. We'll be back after this.
.527, Snapchat is introducing new safety features that will make it harder for strangers to contact teenagers. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has details in today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Snapchat is updating its safety features. The app will block suspicious friend requests and improve location sharing controls. Users will also get warnings about unsafe contacts and reminders about location sharing. These updates aim to boost safety and privacy for teens. Next, Motorola is bringing back the Razr. The company unveiled a new line of foldable phones featuring upgraded cameras, bigger screens, and built-in AI software. The phones start at $700 with a $1,000 version also available. Finally, Toys R Us has premiered an AI-created promo film at the 2024 Cannes Lions Festival. Made using OpenAI's new text-to-video tool Sora, the film depicts the founder's origin story. Toys R Us claims to be the first brand to use this technology, which is not yet publicly available. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
Time now is 5:28 and 80 degrees for now.
Just ahead, we get an inside look at a special program providing better protection to local law enforcement officers who find themselves in the middle of shootouts with suspects.
And ahead on GMSA at 6, kids in San Antonio are getting some much needed surgery this weekend. How the free program works and how you can sign up for that next round.
Good morning. It's Wednesday, June 26th.
All right, we made it to Wednesday and it's been a nice and hot week, I guess.
Yeah, in the afternoon, that's tough getting outside with all this humidity. And unfortunately, things are not going to be, we're not going to see any major changes really anytime soon. Perhaps subtle little things here and there. Take a look outside right now. We do have our morning clouds, and they'll start to break up later on this morning. Then we've got these temperatures. Dew points are way up there in the mid and even leaning toward the upper 70s. So this is, again, that. And even more of the 75s and 76s on the map than the past couple of days. And this is where it is like a tropical rainforest out there, a wet blanket, however you want to say it. And that makes it feel like the mid and even, leaning toward a couple of upper 80s. So you can pretty much add about 20 degrees to those numbers. That's what it's going to feel like later on today. The heat advisories, same outline as yesterday, but Frio County's been added to this, and we're going to be seeing more of these over the course of the next couple of days. Mold's on the low side, and throughout the next 12 hours, we're going to be seeing temperatures get up into the upper 80s, 90 at noon, some morning clouds, more sunshine in the afternoon, and again, add 20 to what it feels like right now. So we're going to be up around that 105, hence the reason why we do have the heat advisories for a good chunk of the area. Like I said, no major changes, unfortunately. Perhaps a couple little subtle things here and there as we head in toward the end of the month and the 1st of July. We'll talk about that coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ, there's way too many flashing lights out there this time of morning.
Oh, yeah, definitely, Mike. But we are starting to see some things move on the southwest side of town as we take a look at our TransGuide traffic camera out there, I-35 southbound in the Von Army area. And we see that we are starting to see a little bit of activity here, at least some movement from the shot that we saw earlier as we take a look. Let's see if I can find that Fisher Road camera for you. There we go. 35 southbound at Fisher Road. So again, multiple main lanes blocked here, but starting to see some movement in the area. Again, things had been backing up basically all the way from 35 to the 410 area out there for all of our drivers that drive around the Palo Alto College. Also coming in from the Somerset area there, as well as we take a look at our maps and see this pretty significant delay out here. Again, basically stretching from Medio Creek, the Medina River area, all the way back to 410 and 35. All right, other part of town that we've been monitoring throughout the first half hour of our show. Alex Gomez. Alex, have you moved? It does not look like you've moved one bit from the last time we checked in with you.
RJ, no, we have not moved. We've barely moved. About 15 minutes ago, I've moved about 50 feet. So it hasn't been much progress over here. Again, this is all because 35 southbound on the northeast side, the main lanes are closed, so you're actually being diverted to the frontage road, and yeah, it's not moving at all. I came in from 1604, so it's going to affect traffic for folks coming 1604 exiting 35 southbound. Your best alternate route right now, as I'm looking at, is to take Lookout Road. Lookout Road runs parallel to 35 south. You can do that, and then you can get back on 35 from about O'Connor, even Weidner Road. RJ?
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Alex. And yeah, we're going to stay with DriveCam real quick. As Alex mentioned, Lookout Road, definitely an option there for our drivers on the northeast side of town, especially if you're on 1604. All right, we will continue to check on all of these situations going on, but let's go ahead and send things back to Stephanie. Stephanie?
Thank you, RJ. Well, this morning, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office has a man accused of sexually assaulting a 14-year-old girl at his jiu-jitsu school has bonded out of jail. And they say his jiu-jitsu school, the Exception Squad, remains open for business. Now, police say 40-year-old Renee Caballero was arrested this past weekend. Yesterday, KSAT visited the studio near Culebra and Ingram Roads, and one woman who works nearby says she is canceling plans to send her son to school after Caballero's arrest.
It hurts me. Deep inside, it hurts me more than anything because, I mean, even though it's not my daughter, that affects me as a parent.
Now, Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar says there could be other victims out there. If you or someone you know is a victim, you are asked to call the Bexar County Sheriff's Office.
Who protects the protectors? That's the idea behind Operation Safe Shield.
Well, as our Patty Santos explains, a program that protects officers when they're in their vehicle during a possible shootout is now being implemented here after successful installments in other parts of the state.
All right, looks like we've got just a VO or a short video versus Patty's full story, but she is standing by. And Patty, you want to tell us a little about your story?
Yeah, so law enforcement at this point, they don't really have, most of the smaller agencies, they don't really have the windshields that are bullet resistant. This nonprofit is coming into Bexar County to try and raise awareness about funding some of these patrol car windshields. So we're going to have that story. We're going to work on that coming up in a little bit.
All right, thank you, Patty. Well, there's a scam alert from San Antonio Police Department says that scammers are pretending to be law enforcement officers, and in many cases, the scammers are calling from a number that closely resembles a city phone number, and they say they are law enforcement officers. So they tell the person who answers that they are being investigated and need to pay them in order to clear themselves. Now, the San Antonio Police Department will never call asking for money. So if you think you are a victim of this scam that's going around, you can call SAPD's non-emergency number.
This morning, WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange is a free man.
He's sentenced to time served after pleading guilty to one charge. CNN's Amy Kiley has details on his plea deal.
It's a momentous day for Julian Assange.
WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange is free after a judge accepted his plea deal this morning. It's for time served since he already spent 62 months in a London prison. Now he's able to live in his native Australia. That's close to where his plea hearing took place in the U.S. Northern Mariana Islands.
He's just excited and looking forward to things that he hasn't been able to do, like hear the Australian bird life sing or have a swim in the ocean, have a meal with his family.
Assange's 2019 indictment lists 18 felony charges. His new plea deal from the Justice Department names just one. It's conspiring to unlawfully obtain and disseminate classified U.S. defense information. Assange admits he did that via WikiLeaks. It's the platform that released sensitive information about the Iraq and Afghan wars. But Assange argues the Espionage Act that outlaws such leaks stifles free speech.
That's how people can really understand what is actually going on and whether they choose to support it.
Now some critics are denouncing Assange's release.
What he released put people's lives in danger,
while his supporters celebrate.
People from all walks of life, from around the world, who support not just Julian, but what Julian stands for, truth and justice.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Time down 5:39, 80 degrees.
Well, stay with us and we'll tell you when and how you can adopt this precious little pet next.
Oh, there's a cat in there.
I know, yeah. He's hiding.
It's the whole kit and caboodle.
Yes.
Okay.
Kitten couch.
Outside with live cam. Morning clouds hovering right around 80 degrees. Pretty typical late June day in South Texas. We'll talk to Mike coming up.
I think this sets the record for the smallest little baby that has ever been brought. Look at the little kid. How old?
She is 6 weeks old. So she needs a little bit more time in a foster home, and then she'll be ready to go for adoption. This is Strawberry Shortcake.
Okay, and the person that's fostering her,
yes,
you supply them with everything, right?
Exactly, yes. So all the blankets, towels, toys, bedding, litter, everything that you need.
Food.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't have to, if you want to get some extra toys on your own, you can definitely do that. We have some fosters that do that. But we give you everything that you need. So all you have to do is take these babies into your home, show them love and affection, get them socialized, ready to go up for adoption, and then you bring them back when they're ready.
Maybe do those late night feedings, yes, if they do a little bit of crying.
Definitely.
So. And that's a good way to maybe teach the kids on, the responsibility of taking care of a pet too.
Exactly, so. Yes, it's very rewarding and you learn a lot for sure.
Okay, all right, big event coming up Saturday. Yeah. It's going to be hot out there, so you have ways to keep cool out there on Saturday.
Definitely. So we're excited. We have our limited edition Pride merch. We have our t-shirts, our cooling bandanas, and our fans, like you said, to keep you nice and cool out there. On Saturday, we'll be at the Pride Bigger Than Texas event. So come on out.
And the cooling bandanas are for pets as well as people, right?
Yes, definitely. So you can get that wet and then just wrap it around, and that'll help to cool you off throughout the day. And you can, wet it as much as you need to throughout the day too, so that you make sure you're nice and.
Okay, and you're going to be there at the big festival and then during the parade as well.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, we'll be there from 11 to 7. So come on out.
Okay.
And like you said, for the parade, that will be a little later in the evening. But show your support. Get our Pride merch. See our adoptable babies.
And don't forget about volunteering and fostering these little itty bitty babies. If you'd like more information about fostering and all the other volunteer programs out there, as well as the puppies and kitties, head on over to the Animal Defense League, 11300 Nacogdoches, Paul Jolly Center across from the zoo, 655-1481, adltexas.org. Thank you, my dear.
Thank you.
With her ears that way, it reminded me of Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
She's simply precious.
Like in the little, like you said, like in the little pod, just, kind of flying around.
Too cute. 545, 80 degrees.
Look out there with Drive Cam. See how our Alex Gomez is doing. Looks like he's still stuck in traffic. So hopefully this will kind of clear up a little bit. We're going to be checking in with him and with RJ a little later on.
And we're back 5:48 on your Wednesday.
Well, earlier it was a hot mess on the roads. Let's check back with RJ.
Yeah, guys, a hot mess express for sure for our drivers on the northeast side of town. Real quick, want to update all of our folks on the southwest side, I-35 southbound of Fisher Road. It looks like they've actually now completely blocked off the southbound lanes of 35 here as they continue this work. Checked in with TransGuide. They said that hopefully they could get this cleared out a little bit after 6 a.m. But right now we're not seeing much traffic move through any of the main lanes there at 35 at Fisher Road. So this has been one of our trouble spots throughout the entire morning here. So Benton City area, Medio Creek area, also the Medina River. So just keep this in mind if you're headed out to Von Army at this moment, about to step outside. All right, let's go ahead and check it back in with photojournalist Alex Gomez. At last check, he had gone about 50 feet, which is about 16 yards, just enough for a Dak Prescott interception. Just playing, Cowboys fans. Alex, how are things looking out there, man?
Yeah, it's still not so good right now. I barely passed IKEA Parkway right now from 1604. Just to get from that distance has taken well over 30 minutes. So 30 minutes from 1604 to IKEA Parkway, not that far, maybe a quarter mile, maybe even less than that. So just be prepared, especially if you're outside 1604. That's where the tail end of the backup is. That's near about Evans Road or Tama Park. It's going to be a lot longer if you're coming in that far back, RJ.
Yeah, so definitely going to be affecting all of our drivers out there in the Selma, Schertz, and Cibolo areas. So, okay, speaking of construction, and again, I was just joking about that Cowboys thing. It's a summer, it's... It's not much going on. All right, want to talk about construction here because you know what? Often asked about the closures on the northwest side, I-10 Loop 16-4. So now we actually have some answers and a little bit of an outline for the rest of the summer. Let's go ahead and roll that video that we have. TxDOT to release its summer schedule for the Loop 1604 expansion project at the interchange near the rim at La Cantera. And it's basically 10 weekends total is what they're laying out leading up to Labor Day. So 4 weekends we will have major closures, including this upcoming weekend. And that basically means what we've been seeing over the past couple of weekends or so. That means that we're going to have at least one major highway closed in both directions, most likely 1604. That's the one that they're doing most of the work on right now. So 3 of these weekends over the summer will have minor closures that include some ramps, cloverleafs, and things of that nature. But there will also be 3 very busy weekends with absolutely no closures. The first one being the 4th of July weekend. Obviously, people still making plans for 4th of July. And then as we get later on into the summer, tax-free weekend, that one will also have no closures out there for people that want to shop around the rim area. And obviously, the shops at La Cantera and also Labor Day weekend. So at least we have a little bit of a plan moving forward as we get set with all this construction there. And they've actually done a lot more work out there. So we will get our drone video and our shots updated because they're doing some serious stuff out there.
They are. So we finally get some summer breathing room.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. At least a plan so people can plan ahead and kind of figure out what they want to do for the summer.
Yeah. Great. Well, we don't want to plan so much ahead. I don't want to think about tax-free weekend right now. That means the start of school. That's too much too soon.
Yeah. Don't do it. I know what you're going to do. Don't.
What was yesterday? The 25th?
Okay,
right?
Let's take a look
6 months till
right
Christmas.
Now, and as you can see, we had a lot of clouds.
It's 6 months till Christmas as of yesterday.
Why?
Aren't you retiring soon?
Yeah, aren't you?
Lots of these puffy clouds which don't do anything. Unfortunately, they make for some beautiful pictures, but don't do anything as far as any rain for us. And we've got some of those clouds hanging around here right now. Of course, we're going to have our morning clouds and then more sunshine as the day rolls on. There's really not even anything showing up down there along the coast with those sea breeze showers, maybe one or two little ones, and there'll be one or two of them well down there along the coast, and that's going to be about it. Add basically 20 degrees or in some cases more to these numbers, the heat index, and that's what it's going to feel like later on today. Of course, that's why we have that heat advisory once again. That extends way up there into the northern portion of the state, and will continue, as I've been saying for the past couple of days, to have more of these heat advisories issued throughout the rest of the week in various parts of our area. All right, quick check on the tropics, and there's not a lot going on around here. Two spots, one right here off the northern coast of South America that the Hurricane Center is watching right now. It's like a 20% chance that it could form into something, and then well off here in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. But that's it as of right now. It's very calm out there, and of course we're only 1 month into the tropical season, so got a lot more to go, and it usually really gets going as we get into August and September. But yeah, I mean, we had the great rain from that system in the Gulf a week ago, but nothing like that is showing up around here. 97 high temperature today, same thing tomorrow. We are not going to be getting a lot of a break from the humidity in the afternoon, so we'll have those heat index readings to deal with. Now, as we get into the first part of next week, we should be seeing a slightly better drop in the afternoon humidity. I mean, it's still going to be really humid in the mornings, but that's the only really change that you can see in the forecast. Other than that, we are definitely going to be staying on the hot side and unfortunately on the dry side throughout this 7 days and then even the 7 days beyond that. More after this. Stick around.
This week, several KSAT employees, including myself and Mike, will be calling it a career. That also includes Jesse DeGoyano, who for 40 years has covered stories all around South Texas and given a voice to many who didn't have one. Streaming now, Jesse visited with Erica Hernandez. They spoke about Jesse's legendary career and fondest memories. You can catch that full conversation on all of our streaming platforms right now. And we'll see Jesse today on GMSA 9 yet again. Ahead in the next hour, GMSA, we're getting ready for NBA Draft Night. What the Spurs need to do to land some help for Wemby tonight up in Brooklyn. Plus, Patty Santo gives us a look inside a special program providing better protection for local law enforcement. And up next, teachers and staff getting a very small raise in the Judson Independent School District. How much they could be taking home in just a few moments. Let's check Drive Cam. Alex Gomez has been stuck in traffic now for the better part of an hour. We'll get an update with him and check in with RJ on the other side of this break.